Hi guys, welcome to Ditsy's Diamond Den. I am going to be doing our whip and chat today. I guess it's called a Deer Helper Special. It sounds kind of weird, like what would you like for dinner? And they're like, give me the Deer Helper Special. That just sounds wrong. So anyway,
I like it.
I am using my custom tweezers that Ditsy got me. I already forgot the name of the place that she got them from. They say
Personalized tools.
there we go. Personalized tools. They say Deer Helper on them on one side, and the other side they say stainless steel because that's what they are. And I don't use anything, but I do have this blueberry cheesecake fragrance diamond painting wax from Dream Wax Studios that she sent to me. And I do open it up and sniff it all the time when I come in here to diamond paint because I love the smell of it. I don't use it. I just keep it to sniff it.
Well, you have an aftermarket tray also.
I do. I have an aftermarket tray. This one is Yellow Dog Designs, and this was the Diamonds in the Rough version 4 tray.
Yeah, and you like those enough to where you've actually asked for another one.
Yeah, I do want another one to make it easier for me to do my diamond painting because I don't use a lot. I love my my board here. I don't really know what it's called. It's just I think it's a drafting table that I use with a A1 light board.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right. A1 light board. I am working on Aquaman, and I think is this by DC Comics? I'd have to look and see who it's by, but I don't really know. It's all rolled up, so I can't see it.
You can't see it, no?
Nope.
And we got that when we first started buying from Diamond Art Club. They were having one of those mystery packs, and we got the Hulk.
Yeah, and I'm not a really big fan of the Hulk, and it didn't look that cool. And I really wanted this one because it just looked awesome. It had so many different colors, and I love the contrast of the oranges and the greens. It just looks amazing.
So we actually did a straight trade for the Hulk for that one.
Yes, because somebody got Aquaman and they wanted the Hulk, and that's when Ditsy found them, and straight trade right across.
So far, I've not had any bad trades from the D-Stash. Although I do feel bad because I did say I'd hold one for somebody and then I accidentally put the wrong note on it and I held the wrong one for them. So I felt really bad about that because they asked me today and they're like, did you hold that one? And I went, I looked, and her name was on the wrong one.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. So we did our first Zoom last night.
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun, and I know I got off because I was hungry, and I believe Ditsy stayed on for quite a while chatting with everybody, whoever was left anyway. We started, it's set to start at 5, but we start at about 4 o'clock in case there's anybody that just, has time to get in there earlier or whatnot. We're going to be in there earlier for anybody that wants to just get in there and chat and whatever. But I think she was on for almost 3 hours last night. That's how much fun it was.
Yes, it was. So, once again, if it's something you just want to check out, you can definitely check it out. There's also a diamond painting retreat that is happening in August, but it's actually a Zoom diamond painting retreat. It's going on for a week, and it's through Zoom, and it's kind of just like this 24/7 thing where you can just pop on and pop off and maybe get to know some of the people that you're seeing in the events and like hanging out with, and there's no cost to it or anything.
So who's hosting that?
So that is actually being hosted by Yvonne Burgess, and she does the Diamond Painting Retreat Facebook page. And I think it's going from like August 1st to August 7th, and you can just kind of pop in and out as you want and meet people.
Okay, we'll have to put links down in the description for everybody if they're interested in checking that out.
Yeah, definitely.
I know ours was a lot of fun, but in that we got to, meet people that we've talk with and see them face to face, because you guys can see us sometimes on the YouTube, but we don't get to see you as often. So it was kind of nice for us to be able to put a face to some of the names, and even names to some of what I only see.
Yeah.
So like Sparkle, Dust, and Diamond, I got to see her real name as well.
Yep. Well, I think I liked, the most about it is just the fact that the diamond painting community is pretty small, and especially people that take a part in events, it's like you really get to know each other. But it's really, for me, I really like putting a face to a name, and it felt just a lot more, I don't know, it made me feel kind of even closer to them, because now they're not internet peoples, they're real peoples. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Well, what was crazy is we were all on for so long, and my iPad was completely charged, and I used it all the way to where it warned me of 10% left, 5% left, until it finally almost died, and then I got on my phone, and started using that, because we just were all having such a good time. I think I was there for about 3 hours, which is kind of crazy. I'm not normally anywhere for 3 hours, but I was having a lot of fun. Everybody was talking, and it was really nice.
It was. And for all the people that did subscribe to my membership after the Zoom, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that, because that now covers the cost of the Google Meet. So yay! For that. Definitely going to continue doing that. If you want to check it out, email me. But no, I had a ton of fun with that. I loved everybody that showed up. So this week has been kind of... You've been like crazy busy the last 2 weeks, and you want to go on vacation next week?
Yep, I think that's probably why I'm so busy, is because I know it's coming up, so I'm trying to get as much stuff done as possible. We have a big change out in our fiber optics, so as far as that goes, that'll be on hold until I come back, but they'll still be able to do minor things. But yeah, I think a lot of it is just in my brain. I know I'm going to be gone, so I'm trying to get as much stuff completed and off of my plate, so it's not just there for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, however long it is I'm gone for.
I don't know. All I know is I'm really excited, because we're going to go to the coast and we're going to golf. And I am actually going to take some pictures or some short videos of us while we're at the coast and doing the golf thing that that we'll be putting up. It'll just be kind of shorts and everything, but I thought that way we could bring you guys with us over to the coast with us.
And it's a casino, right? I can't remember if it's a casino. I think so.
It is, but they don't have bingo.
Oh, see, yeah, we like bingo. We're not big on slot machines, because we both kind of grew up in Nevada when we were young.
Yeah.
So
talk about a zombie fest.
Yeah, not for me. But I do love to play some bingo, because it's actually, I get my money's worth, I feel. I feel like I can spend $140 on bingo cards and enjoy myself for, 3 to 4 hours, whereas a machine, I can put in $140 and I'm done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and even if you don't win, there's something really excited about like only being one number away. And
yeah,
you're just sitting there, and every time the ball pops up, you're just like, "Oh, is it that?" And you're like,
yeah, and your neighbors kind of get into it with you. And you're like, "Oh, I'm on the board," and everybody's like, "Yeah." And it's just a lot of fun. It was kind of like the Zooms. It was just, you got a shared experience. Yeah. So, and having that community feeling, you weren't just alone, and you're not when you're in those. So. Just a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah, I do love that about bingo. Everybody around you, it's like you all become like best friends.
Yeah, your little table is your island, and everybody on your island wants everybody on that island to win. That's kind of how I feel like it is. You just come in as strangers, and you you kind of chat and enjoy each other's company, and then by the time the night goes on, everybody's like, "Oh, I hope we all win," or at least somebody at this little island wins.
Yep, I know. I like that about bingo, but I don't think I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure they do not have bingo.
Yeah, I didn't even look. It's something that I won. Just the hotel room and the golf cart at some event that I was doing, and we're finally getting around to actually using it.
And then Leopard Leatherworks is doing their cruise for 2025 in September in the Caribbean. And Paul and I have been talking about it, but I don't know if because he's cruise shy and he is also plane shy.
Plane shy, just say it. I just don't like planes.
Yeah, but he really actually, I think he's more excited about going on a retreat or hosting a retreat. He wants to do a retreat so bad.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah. So I don't know. How are you feeling about the whole entire plane to Florida and then being on a boat for 7 days?
I don't know. I have time to think about it though.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of time to think about it because it sounds fun, but I think both of us are kind of like, what if we get seasick or?
We're just so far away from the dogs. It's hard.
Yeah. Especially with the dogs.
Yeah.
All of our dogs are getting older, and being like all the way across the country for us is like an actual real concern.
Yeah, that concerns me probably the most is being, since the dogs are so old, I just hate being that far away.
And they're on so many medications.
Yeah, and I constantly, because I give them their meds, so I know exactly what they need, but can I trust a house sitter or somebody else to make sure that they get their petting, that they get their medication, that they get fed on time, the correct amount, that they enjoy it? It's just difficult.
That they know how to do it, because like Ollie, he's tricky. Sometimes he wants his breakfast and sometimes he doesn't. And he is such a little ham. Like the other day, he refused to eat breakfast unless I spoon fed it to him. So here I am with my little dog, and I've actually got a spoon, and he's on the bed with me, and I'm like, here comes the airplane, Ollie.
Yeah, just like a little kid.
And that was the only way I could get him to eat. Yep, and then some days he doesn't want to take his medicine.
Yeah,
like he has one we have to cram down his throat, and one that he'll eat, but sometimes instead of eating, he'll want to play with it because he likes to play with his treats. He'll throw them up and down. And so he'll do that with his medication. He's like, toy.
But you got to be careful because then the other dogs will try to snatch it from him.
Yep. Yeah, and Sparta, he'll do that. Because Ollie likes to enjoy his breakfast in the morning, and all the other dogs are like just kind of sitting there waiting.
Yeah, waiting for him to take his head out of this bowl.
Yeah, because as soon as he indicates that he's done, they're like bowling into his bowl, seeing if he left even the smallest little bit for them to lick up.
Yeah.
And he takes forever to eat. He actually enjoys his process. Yeah, they're a lot of work.
So yeah, that would be the hard thing about a cruise. Yeah. I think for me anyway. The flying I can get past. The boat, no idea. I mean, we've had a boat before, and we used to spend like 10 to 12 hours on the water. We'd go early in the morning and come back late in the evening when the water started getting real choppy. So I don't think being on the boat, because on a little boat you're gonna feel that a lot more than a big one. But again, I had control over it. I was the one that maneuvered the boat. Yeah,
he got to drive it. He did not like it when I drove the boat.
No.
Because I got him to go in the little pull thing once.
The little inner tube?
Yeah, and he said I did it wrong because he like flew into the air like a circus act.
You like full throttled it, and then you turned, and then I hit your wake, and my inner tube just flew up in the air, and I came down hard on my back.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Yeah, but you broke my aunt's ribs.
That was me stopping a boat. She wasn't in the tube.
Yeah.
That was an accident.
I'm just saying, you broke my aunt's ribs. I just threw you in the air.
I hit the brake, and she was not holding on because somebody fell off of a tube.
Yeah, they fell off the tube, and Paul hit the brakes, and my aunt, who has issues walking, kind of just like fell forward, and she broke like 4 ribs.
I thought she broke 2 and just bruised the other ones. But either way.
That could be it. But still, you broke my aunt.
I did. I felt really terrible too.
Yeah. but she likes to give him crap about it now.
Yeah, because I broke her.
Yeah, and Paul's her favorite. Out of all of her nieces and nephews, Paul is her favorite.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. And then, so, oh my goodness. Not to go off on a tangent here, but Paul and I were just talking about this. So my son called me today, and he's like, Mom, where do I buy shoes? And the reason why he had to call is because he has like his work shoes, and I guess his work shoes broke. So he just buys his work shoes, his non-slip shoes at Walmart. And all of the shoes were locked up, and he could not get anybody to go and help him so he could look at the different shoes and find the size that fit him correct and that, he could actually use for work. And Paul and I went to Walmart a couple weeks ago, and he buys, what kind of razors are those? I think
they're just the little single blade Bic razors that are like $2 for a 12-pack. They're like, I've tried like 5-blade razors and the fancy ones, and I hate them. And I just love these little single blade Bic razors that you can just throw away after one use.
Yeah, so we were trying to get those. Those were locked.
No. We finally found somebody because we kept looking for somebody that even had a key. And every employee we talked to, they're like, I don't have a key. And then we found somebody, and they're like, well, I have to take them up to customer service for you to check out. And I'm like, it's a $2 pack of razors. And we're like trying to shop. And finally, we're just like, forget it. We just took our cart, put it at the front, said, see you later. And have never gone back to Walmart since.
Well, we said we were going to go somewhere else for the razors.
Yeah.
But then we also needed a writing pen.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. We needed just a pen.
Yeah.
Just a pack of pens.
Yeah. Cheap pack of pens, not the fancy kind.
Nope.
Once again, it was like $4.99. And they were also locked up.
Yeah.
So we were in Walmart for, it had to have been 40 minutes to pick up a razor,
and some
a pen,
pens.
and a gallon of milk.
Yep.
Was what we had went into the store for. And yeah, after the two, we were just like, nope. So now we've been just going to Winco for our food, and we have been going to Rite Aid for pretty much everything else.
Yeah, like shampoo, razors, conditioner, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I get that like theft is up, but is there anybody else in the world, or am I just being a Karen when I am like, no, I do not want to spend a half an hour to go in and buy $10 worth of items, and I have to find somebody and beg them to let me buy from them. Please let me spend $1 at your store. Oh, well, we're sorry, we can't help you. We don't have the key. On to the next person. Please let me spend $1 at your store. Sorry. Let me know if I'm being a Karen and if Paul is being a whatever.
I don't know what the Karen equivalent is. Let us know in the comments, because I have like absolutely no idea.
Yeah, because
is it a Kevin? Maybe a Kevin?
Maybe that is.
I don't know. Karen, we can be Karen and Kevin, I suppose.
Yeah, because at this point, and I don't know if all the Walmarts in every place do this, but at this point, we're just like, no.
It's not worth my time to wait that long to go to customer care, because I can't even add it to my cart if I were to get something else. To have to go stand in line at customer care just to buy a pack of $2 razors. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, so let us know if we're being jerks, because we said we're done. We will go. At this point, I will drive, an hour and a half to Roseburg to buy something from a store if I need it, rather than go to actual Walmart, or I'll just order it on Amazon. I'm not even ordering.
Yeah, or we go to our super expensive local store, and just pay a crazy amount. But I hate doing that.
Yeah, we went and bought sandwich stuff the other day, and it was $99.85.
It was almost $100 for some chips, some sandwich meat. I think we picked up garbage bags, a couple things of milk, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's so expensive.
There's a couple things I think that we just kind of need to put like on that Amazon, but it's I don't know. It's so hard because it's like I really like supporting the small mom and pop shops also, but at the same time, everything is so readily available online that I feel like even when I go to the small mom and pop shops and like look for what they have in stock, their stock they never have that like what I need in stock either.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that can happen.
Yeah. So off our soapbox. So we're just like soapy today, baby.
We're just all salty.
Yeah, salty and soapy and drama. Oh my goodness.
I don't know about all that.
You're so dramatic, Paul.
I'm not.
So dramatic. So we also don't have therapy for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's different not going. It's weird. It's weird not going.
It is weird, and honestly, I don't know if we can go because then the day when she comes back into town is our anniversary, and she's like, "Well, you guys don't have to come on your anniversary." But this is how much the therapy helps us. Like, I don't think.
I mean,
feel like
she'll check in with us on the phone though.
She does, but I almost feel like we digress when we can't have
When we can't see her.
our therapy. Yeah. Because, like, we've been kind of, like, grumpy with each other recently, and, like, I had something happen, and, like, I felt like Paul was not being very supportive. I felt like he was almost, I don't know, I can't even remember the words I used to describe it to you. It's like I needed comfort, and instead I felt like you were just shouting.
Oh, you thought
at
it was
me.
like attacking.
Yeah. And no, he was upset about the situation also, but instead of us, and that's something that we're trying to work on, instead of us coming together and trying to work it out together, I just felt like he was attacking me, and I don't know how you felt about the situation other than just being angry.
I felt like I made you sad, and I'm like, that's not what I was trying to do.
Yeah. And you were feeling protective.
Well, yeah, because that's what I do.
Yeah, so he's angry about the situation, but I felt like he was taking his anger out on me instead of us, like, coming together.
I think what's hard is I am expressively angry and expressively happy. So I'm very expressive in however I'm feeling. So that can be hard on people, I guess.
It is. But I will say this, because even without the therapy, so we were grumpy with each other kind of all day. But later that night, we sat in bed, and I think we communicated really
we talked
well.
about it.
Yeah, I talked about how I was feeling, and you talked about how you were feeling.
And a lot of it was just misunderstanding.
Miscommunication.
Completely.
Yeah. So even without the therapist, I think we did pretty good on dealing with that. And we find that a lot of our issues are just...
Communication based.
Yes. And love language based also.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, I'll need something from you, but you don't... It's like, if I don't tell him what I need from him, he does not know how to fulfill those needs. And so he shows his love language in the way that he wants to be loved. And I show my love language in the way I want to be loved. And sometimes we forget that we need to do what the other person needs us to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Paul will be like, well, this is what I need to feel supported. But I won't do that. I'll do what I would want someone else to do for me if I needed to be supported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No. Although, to be fair, I think we're both still a little bit grumpy. With O being sick, he's keeping us up a lot.
Yeah, we get up early. We go to bed late because we want to make sure he gets outside. I never wanted to feel like he's, like, trapped in there even though he is.
Yeah, making sure he gets his playtime and...
Yeah, but not too much so he doesn't hurt himself. And, yeah, the early mornings of waking up with having to rush him out to the restroom. It's getting better, but it's still it still happens.
Yeah, well, he is not getting better. He's
No.
actually doing a little bit worse today. But it's almost like having a newborn again. So we've just kind of got that like new parent. We're just kind of both tired and a little cranky.
Yeah. And with busy work, with not really getting heat yet. I mean, I know
It's
most
so
of the
cold.
U.S. is just like getting destroyed by heat right now. But us, I think it barely hit 80 degrees today. Yeah. It barely just hit 80. And that is, to us, very, very cold.
It is.
But we still jumped in the pool.
Yeah. And we have that fire around us, and I have asthma. So I don't know if any of the rest of you guys have asthma, but when there is a fire going on, I don't have like the kind of asthma I could die from. It's not horrible, but it does just make it a little bit harder to breathe. And then when I'm not quite getting just enough oxygen, it just makes me tired all the time.
Well, yeah, because then you feel like you're just struggling to breathe.
Yes.
And same thing with my allergies is I constantly feel like I cannot breathe, and it just takes it out of you.
Yes. So we're since we started therapy, we're going into our first anniversary together. We will not have therapy in 3 weeks. We're both tired and we're both grumpy. I'm really excited about it to see, like, without the therapy, how we can put all these skills that we've learned how to use. But honestly, I'm a little bit scared that we're just gonna like grr each other after like 3 days.
I don't think so. I don't think we're going to grr each other.
You know?
No, I think we're going to do good. I'm excited for it because I haven't been on vacation in a long time. And everybody knows I'm going on vacation, so they're hopefully... The only reason I will get bothered from work is if there's an actual emergency that they cannot fix. So I'm feeling like they have it covered this vacation. I'm feeling that.
We're hoping so, but then your work buddy, oh my goodness, he tried to go on vacation this week, but I guess there was a problem and it didn't come through on his side.
It was, yeah, something weird happened, and we already sorted that out. We talked and we got it fixed, so he's gonna take 2 weeks. It's all handled. It's handled.
Yeah, but then Paul, you know, they get along really, really good, but then Paul had to be like, oh my God, you can't take this week off because I'm going on vacation next week, and so we have all this work that we have to make sure we have done before I go on vacation, and there was too much for him to do by himself.
Yeah, we got stuff to take care of.
Yeah, so I know that you kind of felt icky about that.
Oh yeah, I never like to be like, no, you can't do something, because I'm pretty relaxed. As long as you do your job, I'm happy with you, type of guy.
Yes.
So yeah, I hate to tell anybody no, but I need help and I need stuff to get completed before I'm not available.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that I told a couple people that in this whip chat, by the way, I'll just kind of off to the side, that I would show them how I multi-place with my tweezers. But then we decided that it had been a while since we did a Deer Helper special on our whip and chat, and I know some people really like watching his tweezers.
And I'm sure they've looked at this and they're like, man, he's gotten like nowhere since the last time I saw him work on this. But I did do Cat in a Cupcake. So that was, to me, that was a pretty big canvas to finish, even though it wasn't a complete. I don't even know what they call it again.
It's a partial.
A partial. It was called a partial, but it was still pretty big for me to complete within the time that I had available to do it.
Yes, it was. And you feel so, you've been working really late, a lot later than normal, a lot of different hours, you've got a lot of different bids. So he's been putting in a lot more time at work, and so during our vacation, I'm hoping he'll diamond paint with me, but he's been so busy that he needs his me time. And so I've actually been not diamond painting as much either, because with how much he's been doing, I'm kind of trying to, I feel like we always used to do the things that you enjoyed, and lately we've been really wrapped up in the things I enjoy. So I've been trying to give a little bit more time to like his interests and playing like some Diablo with them. And
Yeah, but I really love how much you enjoy diamond painting, so I like that you can get in here as much as possible. I feel bad on days that you might not be having a great day and just are not able to get in here because I know how much you love it.
Like today.
Yeah.
I'm so tired and so sore. He came home and I'm just kind of laying in bed. I'm like half asleep watching television. And he's like, "Are you having a bad day?" And it's like, actually, I'm not having a bad day. I just can't seem to freaking move. I'm so tired and so sore. My mind is fine because his first reaction is like, "Uh-oh, bad brain day."
It's kind of like 51st dates. Doug, we're having a bad day. When she finds out that it's not the time she thinks it is. That's Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler, 51st Dates.
Yeah.
If you have not seen it and you're not a movie watcher, definitely check it out because it is a fantastic movie, even though it's now relatively old.
Yeah, but no, it's like I'm not having a bad day. I'm actually fine. I'm just genuinely tired and kind of have the body aches. I think tonight we're going to get in the hot tub.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I'm going to... So, it drives Paul nuts because I don't actually, get pimples on my back. But he's not one for back rubs. And so whenever I want a back rub, I insist that I have millions of pimples on my back. And I'll be like, "Check me for pimples." And he's like, "You don't have any pimples." I'm like, "Check closer."
Check this out, people. So my son just came in here, and he knows we like Uno, and I like Zelda. So he got me a Zelda.
What'd you get?
Zelda
Come back into
Uno.
your son and just hand it to your father.
He can't see it. He's already gone. He's out of here.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. These are awesome.
Oh, did he hand them to you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. I just showed everybody. So, The Legend of Zelda card game Uno. So, we're going to have fun playing this.
I saw him open the door, but I didn't see him hand that to you.
He just snuck it in. He saw we were recording.
Oh. Our son is really, he's like me like that. It's like when he's out and about, if he sees something that he knows that somebody he loves is just going to be like, "That is so cool," he just buys it.
Yep, he did. One of my birthdays, he even bought me a Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
Just for emulation.
He is an amazing gift giver.
Yep. That he is. So these will be fun because we both really love Uno. Well, I do. I don't know if Ditzy does.
I like Uno as long as we get to keep score.
Score?
Yes.
I win. That's the name of these games.
He does usually win, and he doesn't just, oh my goodness. We had electrical outages when we had, I don't know if we told everybody. I know we told some people, so we had a fire about 3 miles away from us. And it didn't get big. It was only 80 acres. We got really lucky that we actually did not have a lot of wind that day, which is not our usual. So they did manage to get the one right next to our house out, but they turn off the power.
As a precaution, yeah.
So we were playing Skippo, and normally I am the Skippo queen. I rock at it, and I swear he stacked the deck because we did a 30 card Skippo twice in a row, and I only got rid of 3 of my cards.
Yeah, I stomped you. Both games, I just destroyed her. It wasn't even funny. After a while, I just sat there and smiled at her as I laid down cards.
Yeah.
And then on the last game, not only did I win and get all the cards out of my deck, but then I was able to lay down every card in my hand.
I know. So no, you stomped me at my game. I am going to destroy you with the Uno.
Let's see. We'll see. It's Zelda Uno. So,
yeah. So
I don't know.
Speaking of destroying people.
You want to play a game?
Yeah, you want to play a game? Would you like to play a game?
Would you like to play a game?
You did that poorly. Normally you do voices really well.
I'm tired. I'm hungry.
Which, let us know in the comments. So Paul can do the very beginning of Aladdin. with voices, and it is really awesome. He did it for Kubakai Art because her favorite movie is Aladdin, and she was like, "That is the most awesomest thing ever."
But we can't do it on the channel because Disney will destroy us.
You can't do the whole movie. I think you're allowed to like say movie quotes.
I think you can maybe say one thing, like, you know, whatever. But
yeah, but you only say like the first 3 sentences.
Oh no, it's more than that.
I don't know. I think
it's as he's bringing you in. He sings his little song and talks about the lamp. So
yeah, maybe we'll do it in our Zoom.
Yeah, maybe on the Zoom.
Maybe on the Zoom.
Maybe.
He actually does voices really good, and I do voices really bad, and so sometimes to make him laugh, I'll try to do like accents and stuff, and he's like, I don't even know what you're trying to emulate or say. You suck.
So, hot seat. Ditsy's going to read the questions this time, and I'm going to answer since I'm the one doing my canvas.
Pan clogs?
Pan clogs?
I would be really... Now, you have to answer what you think my answer would be.
I answered that first?
Yeah, you tell me what you think I put.
Okay. I've never done it this way. I feel like we're backwards, but do it.
We are backwards, and upside down, and sideways.
Do it.
Kind of like we were earlier when I accidentally knocked us both into the pool and we didn't have time to plug our nose.
Yeah, we were both on the single floaty and then she just dumped us.
It was an accident, but neither one of us were both nose pluggers where we actually have to hold our nose with our fingers, and neither one of us did it, so we both came up kind of sputtering.
Yeah, ever since my surgery, I have to like plug my nose myself. It's weird. But number 1.
I would be really uncomfortable if I were forced to attend a blank convention.
Fireworks convention.
No, that would be fearful. I'd be peeing my pants. I'm scared of fireworks.
But I know, but you wouldn't like it either if you were forced to go.
No, I'd be uncomfortable if I had to attend a nun convention.
Okay, fair enough. I'd
be scared to say anything. I have to answer yours. Oh. I think that you'd be uncomfortable. Oh. And I know you're uncomfortable because we actually have done this and you were very uncomfortable if you were forced to attend a nudist convention.
Yeah, I would be uncomfortable for that, but I did not write that. I put, and some people might find this odd, but Comic-Con.
Really?
I would be very uncomfortable if I was forced to go to Comic-Con because I'm not a big comic person.
I think it would be awesome to attend a Comic-Con.
You might think so, but no, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah. So no, Paul has actually been, well, we went to a nudist colony because my uncle had his wedding at a nudist colony. And Paul is, I would say he actually borders a little bit on prudish at sometimes. And yeah, he kept saying, I don't know where I'm supposed to look.
Yeah, where do you look? I just look people in the eyes, man.
But even then, he wasn't comfortable with that.
I know, it's because then it's like...
There were so many naked people, and he's like, I don't know
where to look. Yeah,
that's
the weird part, is they're so naked, and you just stare them in the eyes, and then what happens if you lock eyes? Yeah. So it was a weird, it was weird for me.
The only thing that I thought was weird was that you were the only one fully clothed.
Yeah, so it happens.
All right. Who would I choose to have dinner with if I could choose anyone in the world?
I'm going to go with my go-to and have it be Drew Barrymore, even though it's probably incorrect.
It's actually my dad, because I'd be like, you're the one that has to make the dinner, because my dad can make steak and scampi like nobody else in the world. It's always dead on perfect. So I would have dinner with my dad just so he would have to make me dinner.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I put your grandma for the same reason, because your grandma would make you pet a head.
Oh yeah, pet a head is amazing. What is the English word for pet a head?
I don't know. I just know you love your grandma's cooking, so I think if you could choose to have dinner with anybody, you would bring your grandma back to life. Just have her make you food.
So yeah, depending on where you're from, it can be pet a head or pierogies, is what it is, and basically it's a dumpling, I guess you would call it, with different types of ingredients on the inside. And I also love borscht. So yeah, I ate lots of different stuff as a kid that I love. Anything with dill rolls, it was all
Ukraine food.
Ukrainian, yes. Ukrainian, Russian food, almost the same thing.
Yeah, and I've tried to make Ukrainian Russian food, and I'm not a bad cook, but every time I do it, he just looks at me sadly and he says, you didn't get it as good as my grandma, so...
Yeah, you didn't get it.
No.
I don't know if it's hard, it's just different.
Yeah.
It's just different.
What was your answer?
Mine is, of course, mine is Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
Always. It's always, if it's about choosing somebody, doing something with somebody, seeing somebody, whatever, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Gotcha.
Always.
Alright, what would I like to change about the society we live in?
I said you would want everyone to love each other.
That is partially correct. So when it comes to politics and all of this other crap, I'm kind of like, whatever, I don't even freaking care. But the one thing that I am super, super passionate about is civil rights.
Yes.
And so yeah. I would want equal rights for every person on the planet. Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, we already have equal rights, and I have to say that you can have your thoughts, and I will have my thoughts, and I disagree with that statement. I think we have a long way to go for true equality in our country.
Yes. That's
what I would want. I'd put for you, I think that you would want our economics for like everybody. I think you would like our economics for people to actually have a livable wage instead of continuing to raise the livable wage, but then everything gets expensive. I think you'd like for people to actually have what they've earned.
That would be amazing, but yeah, as far as that goes, that's a hard one. I kept mine just simple, just no more racism. I'm just so tired of racism and just petty things people can say that can be perceived as racist. I don't like any of that. Yeah, any type of micro racism, micro whatever. Yeah, I just don't care for that at all.
What product am I an unpaid spokesperson for?
Black Dahlia Diamond Art Putty. Guaranteed, that has to be it. We don't get paid. We don't get any kickbacks. She just loves her product and talks about it and like everything.
I know. Paul's always like, Shell's gonna think you're a weird stalker and that you're just in love with her because you're always like, oh, Shell, love Shell, buy Black Dahlia, love Shell. Ooh, it's yummy.
Who was it?
I just put diamond painting. Okay. Anything and everything, diamond painting accessories, other YouTubers. Paul, sometimes when he watches it, he's like, sometimes I feel like you're just a salesperson because you're like, check out this person's channel and check out this person's channel and this person's having an event and this person makes really awesome trays and this person makes really awesome. And he's like, it's like, I feel like you hardly ever talk about yourself and all you're doing is trying to get other people to buy other people's things. And it's just, I get so passionate about anything that I like and people that I care about. And so, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. What about you? I put that you would put Apple products because whenever somebody talks about Samsung, you're always like, Apple is the winner.
Yeah, this Samsung, I know there's a lot of people that have Samsung phones and you can love your phone.
An iPad.
And yeah, I like...
called tablets, I guess.
Yeah, they're tablets. But I like my Apple phones only because I can grab an Apple phone and I can grab it on its side and flex it, and that thing does not bend. If I grab a Samsung phone and squeeze it, I can almost smash the screen on those things. And that's just not a well-built product to me. So I like well-built products. But no, mine was my Ram pickup truck. I am an unspoken salesperson for Ram, for Dodge Ram, just because anybody that's seen my truck and asks about it, I will tell all about it. All about the cool features of it, everything.
Which is so funny.
I probably sold a couple of Ram trucks because some people have found it, they looked at it, and they're like, oh, that's amazing. And then they end up buying one.
Yeah, which is really funny, too, because when I talked about him buying his dream truck, that's the only one that he did not want to look at. He's like, I don't even want to look at Ram. Rams are dumb.
Yeah, it's because all I knew was the old ones, the old classics or whatever they wanted to call it.
Yeah, and now he's all Ram all the time.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What short phrase can someone say to make me instantly like them?
I love dogs. If somebody says that, you instantly... Or I love animals, just in general.
That's almost what I wrote. I almost wrote that. But I actually went with, want to play?
That will make you instantly like them?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's go play on the swings, or let's go swimming, or let's play volleyball, or let's get out a deck of cards and play slapjack. I'm just like anybody that's like all...
So not Chucky-ish, but just want to play.
Yeah, you want to play? It's like, yes, I want to play. I want to have fun. Play?
Gotcha.
Play?
What's mine?
What's that movie where there was that dog where all he did was like
Play?
his tongue was blowing out? He's like, play?
Yeah, I can't even remember.
That's me. I put, I like dogs for you.
For me?
Yeah.
And that would make me instantly like them?
Yeah, either that or if somebody just looked at you and said, I don't like people, get away from me, you'd probably be like,
Hey, friend.
hey, friend.
No, I actually put anybody that says, you're awesome, I instantly like them. If they tell me I'm awesome, I just instantly like, you're an alright person.
That's so funny.
And if anybody, if you've ever noticed in our live chats, anytime somebody says like, oh, Dear Helper, you're awesome, or Dear Helper's great, that gets shown up on the screen. Don't just flood it, but just so you know, every time somebody says like, Dear Helper, you're so cool, it goes up on the screen. Doesn't even matter if it has to do with anything we're talking about.
If I couldn't live in the city I live in now, what city would I live in?
I didn't really know, so I just put Gold Hill.
You didn't let me guess.
Oh, shoot. Well, alright, you go.
Do you want to guess what mine was?
Gold Hill. Yours. That's what I put for you.
No, we talked about this a long time ago, and we said how much we would love to live where my dad lives because of the weather.
That's true.
So I put Bull's Head, Arizona.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That would be great because my allergies wouldn't be as bad. The weather is nice. And the housing is probably more affordable than our area.
Yeah, it had really good cost of living. It's got that huge river, so we would still be able to have all of our water fund next to it. It's a small town, but not like too terribly small. I really like it down there where my dad lives.
Yeah, okay. I messed that up. I put, just because somebody said it in our...
Hold on. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's right. You've got to figure it out.
I didn't even ask the question yet.
You said city. You haven't said mine.
You said Gold Hill.
No, that was for you.
Because you told me Gold Hill before we started.
I know, that's you. Not me. You. I thought I answered for yours.
Yeah, you said Gold Hill.
For you. What is my city? What city would I want to live in?
Oh, I put Bull's Head, Arizona for you too.
Yeah, see? Now we know the confusion. I put Carmel.
Oh, I thought you said Gold Hill for you.
Dude! I answered yours. Dear God.
You put...
It's like I'm talking to a monkey. A big, stupid monkey named Kronk.
Okay. Yes, that was very pretty there. Except for it's in California, so that's not happening.
No, it won't. But I heard it.
The only way we can afford to live there is in a tent.
Exactly. We'll live on the sidewalk.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What is the easiest word I can't spell correctly?
Do I answer for yours?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I did last time, so I'm just checking. Okay.
No, you spelled that wrong.
I know, but
O-K-A-Y.
Exactly, but I didn't think of another word.
Oh.
So I thought of okay. Most people just spell it O and K, and it's not. So
Psychology. Actually, it drives me nuts when people just put O and then K. It's like, just add the extra 2 letters.
I just add the 1. I just put a K.
Oh, and that really drives me insane.
Or I'll just put 2. I'll be all KK.
Which really drives me insane.
Alright, KK.
Oh, okay.
JK is okay, but K is not.
Psychology.
Is yours?
Yes.
Okay.
I never remember how to spell it, even though I look into it a lot. So whenever I'm like trying to Google something about psychology, I'm like, I don't remember how to spell it.
Alright. What's mine?
There,
and there. No, I know how to spell them. I don't know when to use their correct spellings. And I don't want to know. I just want, you don't need to explain
and
it to me.
2 and 2.
No, those are easy for me. Those are not hard. But I put neighbor. I don't know why. I have the worst time spelling neighbor.
Oh.
Every single time I try to type it, I always spell it wrong. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then I get it.
Okay, so this one we're not going to answer for us because I don't know if you did one for me, but the question just popped up. What does the acronym GAME stand for?
Game, GAME.
Yes. And so I just came up with my own little acronym because I have no idea. I don't know if you do.
I don't know what it means, so I just came up with something too.
Excellent. So what did you come up with?
I came up with something for you and for me.
You guys have to let us actually know who came up with the best sentence for the acronym.
For GAME.
Yes.
Okay, so I came up with 2. I don't know if you came up with one for me.
With one.
Well, I came up with one for you and one for me.
Oh, well, give them to me.
All right, so I think you think game means gave all my everything.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's pretty good.
All right.
Now what?
I will tell you mine, and you tell me your last one.
Yes.
I came up with gamers are mad excitable.
Okay, that's a little cheesy. It's
Aww,
a little cheesy, but we'll see what people say in the comments. We'll see if they agree with me. For mine, the acronym of game is got all my enemies. So I was playing Call of Duty probably. I don't really play that. And I got all of my enemies. Got all my enemies.
I like the gave all my everything.
I do. I like gave all my everything too. And I figured that's something you would say. So.
Now let's check. What does the acronym GAME stand for?
The acronym GAME stands for Get a Life, which is often used as a reminder to take a break from games and focus on more important things in life.
All right. So it means get a life. We didn't even know that. So the more you know.
Now everybody else knows.
Yep.
So that is it today for our WIP and chat. And this coming week we are going to be dropping an unboxing, a Diamond Art Club unboxing on Sunday. We're going to have our live on Tuesday, another WIP and chat on next Friday. I'm also going to toss in there a post review of our Goddess of Spring this week. So you are going to have 4 videos from me this coming week. And if that makes you sad, just let us know in the comments. Boo! We don't want to watch you 4 times a week, and we totally get it. We've also, of course, got our awesome game night coming up later this month that we will be filling you in on. We're going to choose a couple people to test it with us. That way everything goes smoothly on our actual first night.
Yeah, so we know what we're doing. We want to break it in, but using real people.
Yes. So we might be asking for some volunteers during our next live if it seems like something you want to try to figure out with us.
Yeah, let us know in the comment too in case we just miss you. I know we are going to be very limited in space, but if it sounds like something you'd like to check out, let us know.
Yeah, because if you're like, well, I don't even know what it is or what I'm doing, well, guess what? I don't either.
Yeah.
Paul does, but I don't either. So let's just get together and try to hash out all of the lumps and bumps I'm sure we're bound to run into.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And I would once again like to thank all of our amazing members and our Patreons for your contributions to help me pay for some of these things that I get to offer on our channel and for us to be able to spend time together. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.